Toastmaster, or master, tabletop master.
Let's do it.
Tim Lee.
There you go. No introduction?
Was it good for you?
Right.
I will definitely obfuscate.
That's the only one you need.
I am not going to obfuscate what we're doing today. We are talking about homophones. If you don't know what a homophone is, it's a word that may or may not spell the same way that has two different meanings. And Laura's back there laughing. Are you laughing at me? It's good.
Don't worry about it. Just move along.
Just moving on.
Call somebody.
So I am going to give you a word. Just run with it.
Get on with it. It's table topics. We know.
Just run with it. Make up something. I don't care. We're going to go with the word pray. Toastmaster Meredith Myers. Oh, wait, you're on the
Program. He's on the program.
All right. Toastmaster, call that fair.
You have to run. He said run with it.
Pray. Okay. Good morning, Toastmasters and guests.
Good morning,
Nice
Colette.
to be back after a long time. Happy New Year, everyone. So I will confess this isn't going to be popular in the room, but I don't pray. I am a spiritual person. I meditate. I have my own way of connecting with the universe, but I don't pray. Sometimes I feel like pray in the world, which is P-R-E-Y, and not such a good thing either. But in general, I would say I find the concept of homophones to be very interesting because a word can have, whether it's spelled the same or not, multiple meanings depending on the context and how it's said. And I think it's a good reminder that we need to be careful and intentional with our words when we're speaking. Thank you.
Well done.
The word is hall. Hall. Toastmaster Tom Hemingway.
Good morning, Toastmasters. Good morning.
Morning.
I will try not to obfuscate my tabletop topic this morning. The word of the day is hall. Hall can have many meanings. We are in a hall to some extent.
okay to press that button.
I'm speaking in a hall. Hall can also be used as an attraction to hall. Any number of things. We can haul our belongings. I moved recently, so I used a U-Haul, and that's all I have to say.
I'm sorry. Pale. Distinguished Toastmaster Carmelo Mamardo III.
Grammarian's much better looking than Carmelo.
Pale.
I'm usually the one goofing on that, yelling out the stuff, but it wasn't me, it was somebody else. I'm not going to name his name. Pale. I pale in comparison to some of the Toastmasters, the people in this room. Thank you, sure. I mop my house. I soak my mop in bleach water so it disinfects it. And I do that in a pail. We all have glasses on, even the ones without glasses wear glasses. The way we see things depends on the lenses that we look through. And what determines the lens that we look through is actually what we're looking for. So what are you looking for? Is this an opportunity, or is this something that terrorizes you? It's up to you to pick the lens that you look through to see what you want to see.
Toastmaster Muscle. Toastmaster Kelly Betty.
Homophones are a great way to engage in obfuscation, when you think about it. had mussels recently. I haven't had them for a while because my husband may or may not have a slight shellfish allergy. We're not quite sure. But on our honeymoon in Morocco, he did get really sick after eating a seafood tower, so we're not gonna risk it. And the mussels we had at lunch together, my husband and I started a new thing this year where once a month we're gonna have a lunch date together. And we both work remotely, so this is a way for us to get the regular date night in a little bit more easily. And it's a great way to work our relationship muscles. Thank you.
Rock. Toastmaster Kathleen Hoffman. Rock.
As far as rocks, I think everybody in this room rocks in that kind of way. We are really good speakers.
Nice.
I think everybody who does speak every week definitely rocks it every week. And as far as running, I don't know about much of what I can say about that, but I do say, going back to Kelly, Betty, and mussels, I'm not a big fan of mussels. It is something, I guess, part of New Englander in me, I just do not like a lot of seafood, but, I'm not that, but I am.
Thank you, Kathleen. Special treat. Meet Toastmaster Daniel Day and Night Wallace.
Thank you, Master Tabletop Master, for giving me such a meaty topic. Now, whatever I say will pale compared to distinguished Toastmaster Carmelo. And Kelly, I wish you would stop being so shellfish. And I had a meeting, I discovered I had a bookkeeper stealing money from me, so I promoted her to chief obfuscation. Chief obfuscator officer, whatever you call it, CFO. And I'll tell you. Are you leaving? And if you've not seen the movie Lilies of the Field, where's Jordan? Right there.
To your left.
Put the hat back on. Lilies of the Field. And Toastmaster Benjamin, you read it to you, scarfing down his breakfast.
Toastmaster Gary Adams. Ant.
We all have that one aunt that would give us at Christmas time the one gift that we really couldn't figure out what it was. It was almost like some type of obfuscation, where it was in this package, we would shake it, we would try to figure it out. We'd open up this package, and it would just have these little pictures on it. What is this thing? It's this thin little piece of plastic, and you have to go out in the yard and find dirt or sand and put inside this little thing. And then you had to actually go out and catch these tiny, itty-bitty little creatures to then put inside of it. So then you could watch them crawl around, and your parents would hope and pray that it wouldn't break open, and you would have ants all over the house.
Toastmaster Sean Tucker. Barry. That word.
And the other version of it is
The other one is
Barry.
Barry.
And Barry. Thank you, Toastmaster. Barry. Just for the record, wildly claustrophobic. My daughters, my wife know, do not bury me when I die. I will haunt you for eternity. I will be cremated. Love cemeteries though, love graveyards. You know the difference? What? once connected to the church. Interesting little tidbit there from Ghost Stories. Love graveyards. Most peaceful place in the world would be. It's contrasting in the fact that I think being buried in one would be the worst case of hell. But I love graveyards. They're beautiful to walk around. The most beautiful one I've ever been in was probably, what's the military one in D.C.? Arlington. Oh my gosh! If you get the chance, tour Arlington. Take the actual little car tour. Then walk around it a little bit. There is a sense that comes over you there. It's powerful. Interesting. Thank you.
Wait. Toastmaster Mark.
Counselor.
Week. It's been an interesting week for me because I did something I never thought I would. I've gone on a 10-day cleanse, vegetable juice and fruit only. And I have to say, I was nervous that it would make me incredibly weak. But it hasn't. So far, it's been good. And the reason I did it was because I wanted to see my doctor, a Chinese doctor. I said, Doc, I've gained a lot of weight here the last month or so. He says, well, just do the 10-day cleanse. I said, you're not serious, are you? He said, sure. And he's right. I've lost like 8 pounds in 8 days. I'm sticking with it.
Beat. Toastmaster Ken Leonard. Beat.
You know, what's interesting is when you've been around here long enough, you realize that the tabletop master is using an old set of questions. He did this last year. And that's true. You should step up from homophones to palindromes.
Wow.
That way, instead of just 2 different spellings, you have to spell the word forward and backward spelled the same. Race car. A man, a plan, a canal, Panama. It's all backwards the same way it is forward. So you need to step up your game. Do palindromes next time.
Yeah, and write an intro.
Thank you, Chris.
Bear. Toastmaster Brandon Moore. Oh, Brandon Moore.
There. Oh, boy.
Yeah, sorry. He's next.
Bear.
Bear.
Well, in Toastmasters, lots of times, we see people, especially icebreakers, in front of people that they've never met before, stand up here and bare their lives to people. And having been part of leadership symposiums when I was in college, seeing Colin Powell speak, Barbara Bush speak, Zig Ziglar, a lot of great, powerful, motivating, inspirational people. I've never been more inspired than the icebreakers here at Toastmasters, just to hear somebody's bearing story, like a bear growling at you with the beer they taste.
Yeah.
Obfuscate it, don't do that.
Flee. Toastmaster Alex Stanchik.
On the schedule.
All right. Toastmaster Alex McGregor. Alex. Flee.
I better flee and get here before my time. I agree with Toastmaster Kim Blandon. We need to step it up. Speaking of flee, so I sell these old, raggedy mobile homes. Some I fix up, some I get them in excellent condition. But I had this one mobile home. This lady had cats. She had a ton of cats. And they vacated the mobile home. And I was gonna flip it. So I just said, okay, I'm not gonna fix it, I'm not gonna do anything, so I'm just sending people over there to try to buy it. So I sent a couple people over there all at the same time. I sent about 3 customers. And they called me, and I had it on speaker, and I was driving at the time. He was like, yeah, we're here. How many bedrooms? Is there anything wrong with the home and all this stuff? And I said, no, there's really nothing wrong with it, just, some floor damage, floor problems. And then all of a sudden, it's like, man, like, we're getting ate up over here. Like, is there fleas in here? I was like, yeah, well, you can't tell me. So, it didn't end up selling. But I had to put a little work into it, and then it sold. There you go.
Wales. Toastmaster Steve Joseph.
Wales.
Wales. Oh, that's a secret. Wales.
Wales the way. So much Wales. If you guys don't know anything about me, I'm a software developer. I like to consider myself a software engineer, meaning that I take things that are very, very complex, make them very, very simple. Now, people in the country of Wales, they take an English, they take language that's similar to English, that's very simple, and they obfuscate it, make it very, very complex. A Whale of a country. Thank you.
Sports. Toastmaster Jeff Rupert. Distinguished Toastmaster. Jeff. Really? I have to show you the other side?
So where's my English as a second language, people? Does this obfuscate the English language for you?
Yes.
Yeah. I've taken German, I've taken Spanish, I lived in Korea for 28 months. I've never seen anything like the English language. So I'm so glad I was raised on the English language. Courts and courts, and I must have missed the meeting, or it just wasn't memorable for me. Because I don't remember the table topics, so it's like new year, new me, new table topics. So thank you. Who would not like to have courts of courts? Thank you.
Race, Toastmaster Ty Patton.
Oh, wow, what a subject for me. One of the things, fellow Toastmasters, topic masters, you will find that as you begin to go over the age of 50, 55,
Easy.
the waste is one of those things that you wish you could waste. You wish that you could get rid of it. And there's this little thing called age that just we have to become much more aware of what we eat. We can't obfuscate our diet. We've got to keep it simple. We've got to eat fruits and vegetables and forget about the potato chips and the ice cream and all those other waste-enduring foods that we would eat. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you that there's nothing more delicious than a big bowl of ice cream or a full bag of extra salty sea salt Lay's potato chips. So I've got an uphill battle.
Last one. It is T. Toastmaster Myra Furry.
Fury.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My son came home from college with a new game for us to play. And you pick a word that has 4 letters, and you have to, they give you the first letter. So say it was T. You would say, okay, the first letter's T. And then everybody has to guess what the word is, but they have to guess by giving the definition. So they might say, something that you drink. And if it was not tea, he would say, no, it's not tea. But in this game, you actually have to get the word exactly right. So if it was golf tee, you would have to give the definition. Is it something that you put in the ground to hit a golf ball? So you can, it could have more than one meaning for the same word, but you have to guess the word. So it was a really fun game that we got to play.
Table topics. we're going to, well, first of all, the timer, did they all speakers qualify?
Timer. Mr. Timer.
Yes. Good answer, good answer. Let's do this. Let's vote for two and take a 2-minute break. What do you think? Breakfast in the back.
Get out of Chris, 2 minutes on the clock. Throw that chair in the dumpster.